Welcome to Football Manager 2017, my Wigan game, in the 2035-36 season. I'm now in the Premier League, and this is going to be the first league game of the season, home to Wolves. This should give me an indication of exactly how much I'm going to struggle this season. They play a nice 4-4-2, and apparently my wing-back is suspended for the first game of the season. So I will put Ryan Gard in the team, who was a young kiddie I picked up on a free transfer during the off-season. I'll put Sean Lamb on the bench, who is new to this team. Most of this team, if you saw last season, you'll recognise pretty much all of them. Frank Smith was the goalkeeper I picked up in the winter transfer window last season. Di Thomas has been with me since I started managing this club and is now getting to start this season because Perez went back to his loan club and got transferred somewhere else. I haven't found a decent replacement. Riley and James were my two centre-backs from all of last year. Ryan Gard, I've just mentioned. Frank Birtle just joined me from a free transfer after being released by Bayern. He's now going to be my starting left-back. Mark Heaton, who spent a lot of last season injured, is starting in the midfield along with Goodwin Obi. However, Peter Craig and Robbie Byrne are going to be pushing Heaton for his spot, and Heaton is my vice-captain. Wedderburn and Chamberlain are two of my forwards from last season, and this young Spanish guy, I actually bought him last season, but he joined at the end of the year, is starting in the centre of my attack in place of Dean Turner from last season. Jamie Slaughter, I gave him a one-year contract extension, so he's around as a reserve. Michael Wilson was the backup left-back last year. Sean Lamb was in the reserves last year. And Andrew Wilson was one of my goalkeepers from last year. So pretty much this squad is relatively unchanged as it starts its Premier League campaign. And we will see exactly how bad it's going to be. Well, Birtle would like the number 6, but he's going to get the number 3. Because left backs always get the number 3 as far as I'm concerned, if we're starting left backs where possible. So I'm looking forward to an interesting season in the Premier League. Interesting in the fact that God alone knows what it's going to be like, probably horrible. A Wigan team that came up and has hardly changed is not exactly what you would call a title challenger or something that looks going to be great. Well, apparently there was an early game and Chelsea beat Arsenal, so Arsenal are now bottom of the table, and technically on alphabetical order I move up to 18th, which could be my highest position I hold all season. I had a good pre-season, however I was playing a lot smaller clubs in the pre-season, so God alone knows how well I'm going to do in this game. I have absolutely no idea how well this team is going to do. I guess I'm about to find out the hard way. And there I am on the sidelines in my yellow trousers and green jacket, red shoes and blue spectacles. Well, apparently we didn't lose the ability to pass. And my pitch does look nice. And apparently I'm due for a bumper crowd this game. In fact, I pretty much figure that most games this season, the crowd will be pretty much a full crowd. Because let's face it, Wigan in the Premier, Wigan fans are going to want to turn up and watch this. Well, first 2 minutes, I haven't stunk the joint up yet. Always a positive. Yeah, okay, my Spanish kiddie was offside as that ball trickled into the back of the net. Okay, and Everton are beating Crystal Palace 3-0 already. It's only 13 minutes in to the season. Thinking Crystal Palace are in for a long year if that's the type of result they get 15 minutes into the season with against Everton. Well, Everton may be good, they're certainly not a massive side. Well, so far it's hardly been a truly exciting game. Oh, Everton are now beating Palace 5-0. Yes, Palace are off to a horrific start to their Premier League season. Just hoping I avoid the same fate. Like I say, this is Wolves, so it's a nice gentle start to the season in the fact that... Oh, unlucky. That was a good move to get the ball to Birtle. But yes, it's not like I'm suddenly forced to face Chelsea or Man United or even Arsenal with this team. So if I can build up a few points and a bit of confidence, maybe it will help towards my survival possibilities. There again, this team is mainly made up of people who are not good enough to be in Premier League sides. They were either released from Premier League sides, part of their reserves, or just came from lower division outfits who've never been in the Premier League, which doesn't necessarily bode well for the future, or bode well for the future of this season, when you consider that most of these players couldn't get into one of even the medium Premier League sides. A couple of them probably could, but most of them certainly couldn't. Well, Wolves have had no real difficulty defending against me. They haven't done a lot going forward, Wolves, but they're certainly not struggling to defend against me. And the longer it goes on, and if I keep missing opportunities and chances like I've been getting so far, the more I think that I'm going to struggle as the game goes on. Oh, good save, Smith, thankfully, because that would have been a spectacular goal otherwise. Yes, I really would like to have my normal starting right back rather than having to throw Ryan Guard into the mix in the first game of the season. Because I've actually got some, I wouldn't say faith, but I've got some confidence in my normal right back of, what's his name, Lee Harwood. Hoping that young Spanish kiddie, whose name I couldn't pronounce even if I wanted to, can show me something, otherwise Turner will have to start making a comeback. So far he hasn't overly impressed me. Tell them they can win. I don't believe it personally, but I'll tell them they can win. Because... nice tackle, Birtle. There's nothing like trying to give your team a bit of confidence. Now, I dominated the first half and really didn't threaten. I'm expecting them to suddenly make a better showing in the second half. Like that. Oh, well saved, Smith. Yes, I took 10 shots, got 4 on target. They've taken 3, 2 of which have been on target. That kind of shows the difference, I think, in skill level up front. Is their accuracy is somewhat more obvious. And see, Heaton's free kick taking hasn't improved in the off-season. And now is the time to start making substitutions. We'll put Peter Craig on. And we will put Dean Turner on. As I've seen nothing from my Spanish guy in the second half. And when I say nothing, I mean nothing at all. Now, Everton 5, Crystal Palace 1. Oh, that was close. Well, since the substitutions, I've actually looked like I've got a forward line again or an attack. But, well, I was going to say 0-0 is the best I could hope for, but I'm still hoping for 0-0 at this point because, oh, that could have very easily have gone in with the mess my goalkeeper just made of that shot. And that would have been extremely disappointing a way to lose. So here we are, and in time added on. Well, I'm hoping for a miracle. I'm really not expecting one. Whoa! Wedderburn, that would have been spectacular if it had gone in. Unfortunately it didn't, but it was a heck of a shot. On the plus side, I haven't been outplayed by Wolves. However, I haven't looked particularly threatening either. And the best chance of the game definitely went to Wolves in the first half. The defence certainly looks capable. Whoa, a last second goal. I'm amazed. Obi to Chamberlain. Nice through ball to Turner. Ran onto it and took a great first time shot. I'm not sure what their goalkeeper thought he was doing. And I'm not really sure I care either. A last minute victory. I like that. My assistant manager can't think of anything to say after that. I can. We're 5th. There's nothing I can really quite say that, apart from the fact I'm stunned. Bartel made his debut. Some Swiss managers turned up, and a press conference. And he was solid on his debut. It was a joy to behold to score a last-minute goal. History's shown that teams can generally stay in the Premier League with 40 points. Is that the magic number for you and your team this year? Well, you never know. Well, okay, a surprising lucky victory for the first game of the season, but I will take it. As always, I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you down the road.